Hey, good Friday evening to you folks. It's good to see you and it's good to be seen by you. How are you this wonderful evening? I, of course, am the Dungeon Delver host. We have got a good show for you tonight. We got a few people out from the Gamma World game, so we're probably going to run a little bit shorter of a session, but hopefully it'll be something that everyone can enjoy, that we'll all have a little bit of fun with. There's stuff that's going to happen in the game, even, and you won't want to miss it. So welcome, one and all. And I'm really glad you're here. I'm glad everyone is here. There are actually some questions out there before we get started. So we'll get started in a little bit. But one, Vaughn Gifford asks the important question of the evening. Actually, the second most important question. The primary question is, do you want cash or check? But Vaughn asks, are the mini modules you offer at the Master Thief tier comparable to standard first edition Dungeons and Dragons modules, i.e. page count, art, new monsters, and maps? Well, I can always throw a new monster in every now and again if the players, if the patrons, the members want to go with something, that's not just your typical, 3 orcs guarding a wooden chest. Now, as far as page count goes, these are shorter modules, but don't let that put you off. Keep in mind, arguably, in my opinion, the Black Sabbath self-titled album of Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, G1, Studying of the Hill Giant Chief, is a mere 8 pages. Now, you might be thinking, no, Bill, it's got the green cover. It's like 60-something pages. You're thinking of all 3 modules, G1, Studying of the Hill Giant Chief, G2, Glacial Rifts of the Frost Giant Jarl, and G3, Hall of the Fire Giant King. The first ever super module, G123. No, G1 is 8 pages. And these probably won't be that long. I intend to put a good adventure in there. I hope it's worth people's times. Kyle is writing some stuff. You can get a lot out of a smaller page count. Now, to the question of art. The fact of the matter is, I don't have an artist. I don't have an on-staff artist. I can throw some cool looking images into a Photoshop filter, something like that, use some free resources, that sort of thing. And finally, are they PDFs? Yes, they are PDFs. I will format them like classic TSR modules. Pocket Jacks Comics make books and can hook me up with some great artists. Oh, thank you. That's very nice. I can't afford artists. that's the real. That's the sticker there. That's the thing that's holding things up. It's not any desire. It's not lack of people who can do the art. Rest assured. So I hope that answers your questions. And good Lord, Uncle Brat. 33 hours online. The mind boggles. Yeah, I could probably do that one. The mind boggles. 33 hours. I mean, before I caught COVID, when I was thinking of doing the anniversary show, which never materialized, I'm sorry. I was like, gearing up to do a 24-hour stretch. I cannot imagine 33 hours online. That is a crusher. That is a crusher. Yes, there is a join button. You can become a member. But anyway, so I hope that answers your question, Vaughn, and I hope you'll consider supporting the show either on Patreon or through YouTube memberships. So, yeah, that is something you can do. Well, if you go back, I mean, there's a 12-hour. there's a 12-hour. I mean, I've set up for 24 hours before. You know, people talk about like, oh, you know, I could stay awake for days and so on. And said, no, you can't. I was looking at the world record holder for like the longest time this person stayed awake. And it was a TV announcer, disc jockey in this early 60s, late 50s or something like that. 8 days. He stayed awake for 8 days nonstop. And it left him with brain damage. It really altered his personality permanently and not in a good way. I mean, I may do it. I may do it next year. We'll have to see. Well, I mean, I never know what's going to come. 24 hours, not 8 days. Not 8 days. I mean, it wouldn't be good. Like, can you imagine like 4 days in knowing you've still got 4 days to go? But anyway, Vaughn, again, I hope that answers your question, and I think that'll take care of it. Now, I had intended to do a couple of the freestanding shorter form videos this week. Time just got away from me. Time got away from me in a lot of ways. I'm like, oh, it's Friday. It's cool. I can still do it. And stuff just so I'll probably do one. I'll probably release a couple tomorrow, maybe one on Saturday, one on Sunday. We'll have to see. The Jerry Lewis telethons, the muscular dystrophy telethons that he did were they tended to run like 36 hours, 48 hours, something like that. But you got to figure like when when other talent was up there, there'd be 15, 20-minute stretches. The guy had to be going back there taking cat naps. That's also very true. Hey, Vaughn Gifford, welcome aboard. Thank you so much, Vaughn, for joining up. I really appreciate it, and I hope you'll find it's worth your time and your money. That is really great. Thank you for joining up. New member, Vaughn Gifford. Vaughn, we appreciate it. And I will add you to the roll of honor there that I put at the end of the show, which is now cleaned up. There were people who, oh, good evening, Jorge. Good to see you. There were people who had decided to no longer support the show, and I just left their names in the closing credits like that. But I have gone through and I have fixed it. I have fixed it all. But yes, staying up too late will wear holes in your amygdala, which is not good. It's not good. But anyway, we have some good Gamma World coming tonight, and I hope you guys are excited about that. Bob Jester, thank you so much, Bob Jester. I really appreciate that. So 2 new members tonight. That's fantastic. That's really great. So yeah, that's really awesome. I'll be sure to get you into the role of honor as well, Bob. And again, I hope you guys will find that the modules are worth your time. So we're just waiting on one more player to join us up in the Gamma World room, and then we'll get going. Vaughn says, how do we download the modules? Well, when the modules come available, I will be putting up a link for our subscribers on YouTube. I'm sorry, I just realized I'm rocking back and forth. I didn't mean to do that. I will put up a link for our members on YouTube and our patrons at the appropriate level. You guys will get the links, and then you can just click and download those. So that's how you do. And as I said, Kyle's already got September's module ready. And it's a buster. I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's mid-high level. As a prefect, you get a new Ford. Yes, if you have running water on your property, I will come and I will put a bridge of rock and sand. So hang on one second. But anyway, sorry, I just had to message the green room. I just got word that our Gamma World third can't make it tonight. We'll still run some run a little bit of Gamma World tonight. We'll run a little bit of Gamma World, and we'll start that in a few minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really beat tired. What I was doing was I was making all of my rolls of 1 to use some ancient technology. I upgraded my youngest PC. I had some old parts that were donated to me. Well, I mean, like a 6th gen i5 6600 or 6800 or something like that. 16 gigs of memory, a little mini ITX motherboard that's like that big. You know, it's one of those that's like you got to use magnifying glasses to put everything together. And it was way better than her 4th gen Xeon that the old man had built her. So I put it together, and that took me most of the afternoon. It's why the announcement for the start of tonight's episode was so late, but it's gonna turn out okay, I think. Oh, and by the way, if you're new, if you're just coming by for the first time, please click the subscribe button if you'd like. Click the bell icon for notifications also if you'd like, and spread the word. You know, there's lots of cool stuff. We do lots of cool things here 5 nights a week. We live stream, talk about classic tabletop role-playing games, most frequently Dungeons and Dragons, but sometimes we wet our feet with other things. Like last night, for example, we had a banger of a show last night about Cyberpunk, the role-playing game, and the critical art and music and film and media genre of cyberpunk. So we talked about that. So we have a lot of fun stuff. We have guests on sometimes. So if you're not familiar with what we do, that's just a little bit of it. But if you click the subscribe button again and the bell icon, and you'll get all the information on when the shows are coming. So I think without further ado, we're going to play just a little bit of Gamma World, and we'll get right to it, and we'll welcome our players in. So without further ado, let us bid a Delver's Dungeon welcome to a couple of people who are not just players, but they're mighty fine folks. So say hello to Yang Yan Zhao as Rex Dashington.
Good evening, everyone.
And the one and only Doomsword Deathmaster, who is probably sane.
Hey, how's it going?
It is going just fine. So, last week, the party had explored this strange, calm yet deadly amusement park a little bit further, and you'd found a large castle-like structure, and within it a very clean and well-ordered room with an elevator to one side. You had taken the elevator up, and you had the doors had slid open, and you're now looking at a bedroom that's decorated in an ancient fashion. Everything is bright and colorful and kind of overdone. There's murals and paintings of the various some of the machines, the androids that you fought. And Rex, as you and probably Sane step off the elevator, from behind you, you hear no one say, "This is fun." And he pushes a button and the doors slide shut, and you hear the elevator descending as Do-Re-Mi and Mercy are yelling at him to not push buttons. You hear a faint ding below, and you can faintly hear them, just ever so faintly, arguing with him. The room before you has a comfortable-looking couch, a low table. There's a large, flat, black square dominating one wall. There's brightly colored squares of paper with images and so on them. A little bit yellowed, a little bit worn. There's kind of indirect sunlight coming from a window high up on the curved ceiling. What do you wish to do? And I should point out, there is a door in here that seems to go further. It's closed.
All right, Rex, looks like we finally shed that skin, huh?
Yeah, we really need to check out our recruitment qualifications. I feel like lately we've just been scraping bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, well, what's this we stuff? Because I thought you was in charge.
It's more of an HR thing. Can't get around it.
The royal we.
Yeah. Equity and inclusion and all that nonsense, huh?
Well, let's see if there's anything worth pilfer. I mean, that could help us back to Sanctuary in this room. And Rex will start searching for anything of interest.
Okay. All right. So in this room, off to one side, there is a table with a few chairs around it. There is a a metal door set in the wall next to the tables, and there's what looks like some kind of device of the ancient embedded directly in the door.
What do you make of that?
I think, I don't know. I used to be all excited about these things, but ever since we come here, devices of the ancient have been nothing but problems. So Rex will start trying to work it.
That's a perfect plan. I'll keep an eye out.
All right. Let me see. Where is my... Just a moment, folks. Rex, so if you're going to go over a monkey with it, go ahead and give me a D10 roll. Is that a 7 or is that a 1? I can never tell.
Oh my God, it's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay.
Well, that's a first.
Oh, there's a first time for everything. Okay. So yeah, Rex, you go over and very gingerly touch it with your power armored finger. And let's see. All right. Whatever it is, it kind of fitfully sort of sputters to life, and there's kind of a distorted video scene and on the flat display, and it's the image is actually panning around this room, but it's stuttering and spluttering, and then it kind of comes to a halt and then shuts off.
I'll hang on. I'll use this technique that Steve taught me, and Rex will gently tap it on the side.
Okay, give me a D10 roll.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't do anything, but it is, like I said, it does appear to be a door.
Well, what do you think? Probably.
I think it was a fine time for them to leave us, huh?
I'll
Artaki's
say.
down there.
Numbers is just derelict in his duty.
My duty.
Well, I
And
guess
it's
I
your
always-
doo-doo.
I could always kick this door down.
Hey, man, that's what that armor's for, ain't it? Hey, I want you to know, though, I'm low on ammo. I got
Yeah,
a
me
vibro
too.
blade, though.
I got a sword.
Yeah, I got
so
one.
Rex
That's
will just
real
kick the door
nice.
Okay, you put your foot to the door. It dents in pretty heavily. There's this hissing sound and a cold, it's, you know, your suit sensors are telling you it's cold. A cold white gas billows out into the room. It actually
Hey,
makes frost on your armor, Rex, as you're standing right in front of it.
Rex will hit the defrost button.
Okay.
Hey, probably you might want to put on a gas mask if you have one.
All right, I put it on. I've got one from a long time ago.
That's right.
Can Rex detect any biological agents?
Your suit's not warning you of any bioagents. Like no biohazards are coming in on your suit sensors.
Okay. So the door is still there, just heavily dented, right?
The door is still there, extremely heavily dented. Like
Well, I guess
it's now ajar and will never close properly again.
well, I guess that means he needs to kick it twice. So he'll kick it again.
Okay, you kick it again, and something that the door is attached to, just the whole thing kind of shifts back like 50 centimeters. And you think you can hear a faint dripping of liquid.
All right. Well, Rex will we'll take a peek, see what's in there.
That's right. You go first.
Okay, so Rex, you gingerly pull the door open. There's no latching mechanism or anything. It looks like it was just meant to be just grasped and pulled open. You're looking into a space that's maybe a grand total of 2.5 square meters. Your thermal sensors are showing, even though it's starting to warm up to ambient temperature, that it is cold inside. And there are a series of now broken glass shelves kind of piled in the bottom. There are a few cylindrical containers, some square containers, a couple of intact drawers that just kind of have sort of a faint blackish, a faint coating of some sort of blackish ooze. But that's about it. Every container in here seems to bear the motifs and symbology that you've seen in this entire place. The stylized D, the 3 circles joined together. Sometimes you see something that looks like some sort of mutated hound. Occasionally, on some of the containers, there's pictures of that sailor suit wearing mutated duck thing.
Look, the thing with no pants. I wonder if this was their home.
The thing with no pants.
You know, I wonder if they keep Walt's body in a container like this. It's about the right size.
Hey, you've met Walt's head, so who knows?
Hey, why don't you ask Walt about that?
I wonder if he wants it back. Well, we'll keep looking around. I don't want to get his hopes up.
Okay, so there is a very elaborate wooden door that is to the left of the couch. Big brass knob on it. There is something hanging from the knob. It is a piece of plastic, and there's a stylized image of a lovely looking woman holding her finger to her lips, and underneath it, in scrolly handwriting, it says, "Do not disturb. Princes and princesses are sleeping."
Rex will open the door.
Yeah, I think that means we disturb them.
Okay. Rex. Ever on your guard, Rex, you're not surprised. You open the door. It opens away from you into the chamber before you. Standing there is someone who looks exactly like the android that was shooting at you from the battlements of this place just not 30 minutes ago. Less than that. Well, actually, you guys looted the armory, so yeah, 30 minutes or an hour ago. And she, just like the illustration, shh, please don't disturb the other guests. Is there something I can help you with?
Oh, yes. We were looking for a place to recharge some items.
Recharging stations are located throughout the park. Do you have a personal data device or perhaps a standalone camera or something like that?
Laser rifle.
Oh my. Weapons aren't permitted here in the Magic Kingdom.
No, it's a laser rifle like you would see in Tomorrowland.
Oh, I see. If you need to purchase batteries for any of your souvenirs, the Kodak shop just at the main gate does sell rechargeable batteries. Just a quick point of order. Rex, as you're talking to her, you can see there is an elaborate bed in the middle of the room behind her. But to the right of it, there are two upright cylinders. There are three upright cylinders. And two of them have a series of flashing lights at the bottom.
Like what kind of cylinders? Like tanks that they put people in cryo sleep, or garbage cans, or
possibly? I mean, they're not garbage cans. You don't know. I mean, could be garbage cans.
So college kids' garbage cans or something. Excuse me. Were you by any chance on the balcony not 30 minutes ago?
Oh, no. I'm here making sure that the guests get all the rest they need for the duration of the emergency. There was a terrible emergency approximately 167 years ago.
I see. And
until we get the all clear from Park Security.
What did you do during this emergency?
The emergency is currently ongoing, and I'm making sure that the guests stay safe and undisturbed as they rest.
Oh, are there guests resting in there?
Yes. They're waiting on their husband to return, or they're waiting on their father and husband to return. He left at the beginning of the emergency to go see if he could be of any help. He's very brave.
You do know that people don't live 167 years, right?
Regardless of that, thanks to longevity treatments and cryostasis, a person's life can be extended for many, many more years. It's truly wonderful.
Can it be shortened?
I suppose so. But devices and technologies for doing such things are not a part of our guest entertainment features here in the Magic Kingdom.
Good thing I'm not a guest.
Does she look like she's armed?
No, you don't see any weapons. She just pale skin, blonde hair, blue eyes, a blue dress.
Get it, Rex.
Have I seen her in murals living in an ice castle?
No, you have not.
Okay. Well, I think
I'm sorry. I just wanted to thank Local Gumby 433 for becoming a channel member. Thank you so much. That is greatly appreciated. Please continue.
The thing is, we are employees of the park, and Walt Disney himself has asked us to inspect the rooms.
Really?
Yes. Would you like me to call Walt? I can call him.
Well, I didn't know that Mr. Disney was still with us. I'd been informed that he had passed away in the year... the Game Master doesn't know when Walt Disney passed away. 1967.
No, he's still around. He hired us.
Well,
Rex will tap the lanyard with the employee card on it.
She kind of leans forward and says, "I see it now. Did you just have like a blank badge, right?"
Yeah, so he's got it like turned around to the back.
Oh, okay.
Where I assume it's like all the company propaganda.
Okay. She leans forward. You see just like a brief flash of a red laser line move up and down the card. And she says, Of course, but please remember, our guests are sleeping, and guests are our first priority here. Shh. You might want to remove your heavy outer garment.
You know, just in case the emergency comes back, I'm going to keep it on, but I will put it in extra quiet mode.
Thank you. And are you an employee of Walt Disney World Incorporated as well, sir? She smiles becomingly at probably sane.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Do you have an employee ID with you, sir?
Yeah.
Okay, does...
I don't.
No.
I think maybe they only gave one to what? They only gave one to Rex, right? Because I don't have nothing listed.
No, we took a big stack of them,
Oh,
but they're all
okay.
blank.
Right. Well, I suppose I have a blank employee ID then.
Okay.
Unless I don't, that's up to you.
Yeah, I definitely remember Yang saying you guys took a blank stack. So you've got a black piece of, or rather a white piece of plastic with a mag stripe on it, but she just kind of stares at it.
Some kind of problem.
I'm sorry, there's no employee identification information on your tag. I would recommend seeing the personnel office. Perhaps there's been an error.
Yeah, I think the error is on your part. Man, I'm shooting this thing.
Okay, she sees your gun come up and holds up her hands and backs towards the cylinders. No, please, no. There's no need for violence.
All right, well, you're gonna let me in that room. I'm sent by Disney himself. I'm telling you. You don't believe it? Maybe you got a problem with him.
No, it has been a long time. This is just very confusing for me. What is Probably's charisma?
All right, so that's actually an 18, and I have something on my sheet from a long time ago, like when I leveled up. It's a plus 10. What does it say? Plus 10, minus 10. Hang on just a second. Sorry. Plus 10 / minus 10% NPC rolls. I don't know.
Still, she gestures into the room. Of course, since you put it that way, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, she's gesturing into the chamber.
Rex will move as silently as he can into the chamber.
Yeah, so it's buzz, thump, buzz, thump. It's exactly what it sounds like when you walk normally. This thing doesn't have a stealth mode.
Can we see what those cylinders are?
The insides are kind of fogged over, but moving close, you see that there is what looks like a pure strain human female in one and a pure strain human child in another. The third, as I said, is not occupied. Give me a percentile roll, please, Rex.
All right. Oh, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, she looks very pleasant. The child looks very pleasant. You're not at all. I mean, the monitors are like you see a line periodically change to kind of a spiky bit. It's very slow. All the lights on the panel at the foot of the thing are green for both of them. And the other one, as I said, there's no one in it.
So there's one empty. Okay.
There's one empty.
And they do seem to be alive.
If the blinking lights are anything to go by, yes. If you want to make a tech roll, and I understand you're not trying to screw with it, but it basically, if you want to understand what you're looking at,
Yes.
okay.
There we go.
I mean, you can certainly keep trying, but at first blush, you're like, it's flashing lights and a little screen.
All right. Rex will try again. He will see if he can cross-reference anything he knows from his suit's medical systems.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Well, you've kind of seen similar systems in Sanctuary. So yeah, this is definitely some kind of hibernation capsule. I mean, even if it was closed up and you couldn't see people in it, you'd grok that. So you've kind of got a handle on it.
Rex is going to ask the robot lady, are there more people in cryostasis here?
No, just these two guests. Sorry, Game Master brain fart. Guests who reserve the Cinderella's Castle suite have access to certain amenities even during times of great crisis or emergency. That's how we are able to see to the health and well-being of our guests, even at times of great distress and social upheaval.
Probably.
Sorry. Is there anything on the bed? Sorry.
I mean, there's sheets, there's pillowcases, there's a small pink box of some kind. It's maybe a half a meter by 200 millimeters by about like that, and it has images again that you've seen all over the park, and you're not sure of the word on top because it's in a very heavy cursive, but underneath that it says princesses in block type lettering.
Sorry, Rex, I was distracted. What's that?
I was going to say, I don't think we should mess with them here.
Yeah, I don't see what good it'd do us either.
I mean, something maybe to come back for. Certainly that stasis tube is, the extra one is of interest, but I think it's best that we leave them in peace, at least until maybe if we can create a stable colony at Sanctuary, we'll come back for them.
Yeah, good call. We got any other ways out of this place?
Of course, there's an emergency exit just on the other side of the bathroom. And of course, the elevator is always available. Although, she kind of turns her head, someone is currently occupying the elevator. There are 3 individuals, and they are arguing quite loudly. It seems that one of them wants to keep pressing the button to go up and down in the elevator.
Yeah, they're probably up to no good. Whatever.
Yeah, they'll probably be there a while.
All right. And give me one more percentile dice roll, Yang.
Oh, boy.
He always says, oh, boy, when I say that.
That's a good one.
That's why.
That is a good one. That case on the bed looks familiar. Looks very familiar.
All right, Rex will go investigate the case.
Okay. There's a couple of latches on one side. There's wheels on the bottom, so it looks like it could be rolled along rather than carried.
Is it openable?
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't have to make a tech roll. It's just a couple of,
That'd be great. Phelan rolls to open a zipper. So yeah, Rex will open it up.
Okay. There's what looks like brightly colored children's clothing, and on top of it, lying on top of it, is a book about like that, and it's kind of amateurishly put together, but because it looks like a child did it, and it says "Our Disney Vacation."
All right, Rex will start flipping through that book.
Okay, give me a D20 roll, Rex. What's Rex's intelligence?
Intelligence is 13.
13. Okay, give me a D20 roll. Okay, you flip the book open, and there's, written in red crayon on the first page, it's "Oh boy, I can't believe we're here at Disney. I'm so happy to be here. I want to meet Cinderella and Merida and Belle and Tiana," and it just kind of lists a bunch of names that you don't know. And there's a kind of a kid's drawing in colored pencil of presumably a trio family. And you flip to the next page, and there is a holographic image that has been taken with a portable camera of what appears to be the mother in the stasis tube, what appears to be the child in the stasis tube, and you.
But wait, how can this be? Probably. Are you seeing this?
How can what be, sir?
This is a picture of me.
Yeah, man, I told everybody that MF wasn't real.
I'm sorry, sir, but I can't visually identify you inside your heavy suit.
Rex will open the dome. He's not getting out, but he'll open the dome.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on the bot.
She turns and looks at you and kind of, "Mr. Thompson, you should have told me it was you. Your wife and your daughter were very concerned about your safe return."
But what? I don't remember any wife or daughter.
That's most distressing. Are you feeling unwell? Do you need to go to the Magic Kingdom First Aid Station?
Yeah,
I think you should probably check him for sanity. He don't. I don't know. He don't seem so sane to me.
I can't believe this. How? I don't remember.
That's the third time, Rex. The third time.
The third time what?
The third time I thought you wasn't who you said you were. This was all trickery from the beginning. But we'll deal with that later.
Me.
Well, you got a wife and kid, apparently. You got 2 suits of armor. You got 2 people look like you. I don't know what to tell you, man.
I only have one
that right now, though. You know what I mean.
This is crazy. So Rex is gonna start looking for other suitcases in here too, and any devices like cameras or whatever he can find.
Okay. There is a thin slate gray flat slab underneath the book. You think you've seen things like this elsewhere in the park before. There, to one side, on the far side of the bed, there are actually 4 more carrying cases. One of them appears to be covered with a kind of a cloth that's navy blue, and the other 2 are some kind of they look metallic on the outside. One is much thinner than the others and kind of smaller in dimension.
Rex will go about opening all of them.
Okay. They are full of clothes, objects that you don't really recognize that much. I mean, you've seen them, like the remains of them in ruins, but it's just they're intact here. The smaller, thinner case does not open when you just try and pull it open.
Can Rex attempt to open it without destroying it?
Give me a roll. Give me a D10 roll.
Oh.
You do not immediately see a way to open the case without destroying it. That's not to say you couldn't try again.
This must
You rolled a
belong to my
70.
wife. All right, Rex is going to make another attempt.
All right. You're pretty sure it might have something to do with the handles or the latches, but beyond that.
All right, Rex is going to try the latches.
All right. Yeah, you're the Samsonite gorilla with this thing. Just, pounding it on the bed. Nothing changes about it.
Okay. Let me think about this.
Man, you need to work on your agility. Come on, man. Them big ass gloves got some problems.
Okay. So that one he's going to put in his stroller. I'm gonna wait until Do-Re-Mi gets here.
Man, let me open that thing. Come on, man.
All right. If you think you can.
The job's the tech before Doe showed up. I gave him the job.
Give me a D10 roll, Doomsword.
Nah, man, it's broken.
Vaughn, we don't have the character sheets posted anywhere. We'd have to post them on Post-it notes. there has been a fair deal of mortality. Rex and probably Sane, aka Doomsword, have been the longest lived characters thus far. So. Anyway, so. Yeah, you're not sure what's going on with the case, but it's not. I mean, there's no immediate way to open it. She comments, "Now that you're awake, now that you're back, sir, would you like me to bring your daughter and your wife out of stasis?"
Oh, wow. This is so sudden.
I think it's a hell of an idea, actually.
I think for now, it's better to keep them in stasis. It's very dangerous out there. I think we have to get rid of the other robots, the evil robots, in the park first.
Yeah, man, you should be happy. My wife was killed.
I just can't remember her. He'll try that slate gray rectangular device. Let's see if he can get that to turn on.
Give me a D10 roll.
Okay.
And Rex is pure strain human, right?
He is. Oh, I think it's a 1.
That is a 7. However, this is a fairly simple piece of. There's a silver dot at the bottom of the gray slab, so you touch it, and it blinks on, and there's a couple of options floating over a picture of 3 people sitting on the grass, smiling up. The little girl, the woman, and you have your arm extended like you're holding something just out of frame.
Can I download all the information on this device to my suit?
That is going to be a D10 roll.
Okay. I'll try to find the Bluetooth button on my suit. Oh.
Okay. Yes, there is a wireless synchronization with data device option in your suit. So give me another D10 roll. It's just a little circle going in the middle of your vision with connecting underneath it. If you want to give it another try.
All right. It's got to work. Oh, it's not working.
Yeah, you're like, okay, let me just focus my eye on it and blink, and you're back at the main menu now.
And Rex, I don't care who you is or who you ain't. You're boring.
Rex just gives probably a dirty look. So Rex is going to put this under the case. No, probably shouldn't put it under the case. We'll put it like in the stroller in one of the pockets.
All right.
Was there any sort of like wallet or ID in any of those other suitcases?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there was.
All right. Rex, his hands are trembling now. He's gonna check it out.
I'm going to look over his shoulder if I can.
Okay, so there's something that there's a small, not very flattering picture of the adult pure strain human female on a little card with just inscrutable writing, bright green letters. It says State of New Hampshire Identicard. And then there's just strings of numbers. And
oh my God, I'm from New Hampshire.
It's better. I thought it was going to say Olin Mills.
No wonder I'm boring. So
Hey man, live free or die.
Rex is going to ask the robot, what were our names?
Oh, I'm sorry. You are, of course, Charles Thompson. This is your wife, Ellen, and your daughter's name is Marie.
Yes, I kind of remember. People called me Chuck.
That's right. You did tell some of our Imagineered valets to refer to you as Chuck.
Wow.
Yeah, man, just add water. You got a family.
Well, no, they're in water.
Just take away water. You got a family.
Actually, it's a glycol suspension gel.
Oh, of course it is. Yes.
Open it up, man. What you scared of? What? You had a problem with your wife?
I don't remember her.
That definitely means you had a problem with your wife.
It's too dangerous here. I think we should continue on and find out what happened to the other Obot Ray that we met like a half an hour ago.
Hey, man, I'll do whatever. I just know I wouldn't leave my wife and kid behind.
I think they're safe for now. And he'll turn to this robot and he'll say, please make sure they stay safe till I get back.
Oh, of course, sir. She walks over. There's a what appears to be a little wooden trunk, like with a padded seat at the foot of the bed. She puts her finger into a socket. The trunk pops open, and she turns around, and she's holding an impossibly large looking weapon in her hands. It's got a skeletal magazine, and there are orange fist-sized packets stacked up in them. And she says, "Of course, sir, I'll keep them safe from any intruders. This is a Remington riot gun. It's technically non-lethal, but at close range, who can really say?" She racks it and feeds one of the jellied sandbags into the breach.
Does she seem aggressive towards us?
Not at all. Not in the least. She doesn't point it at you. She's holding it port of arms. When you told her keep them safe, that is how she responded.
Say,
All right, check it out, Rex. You get the
wouldn't have-
family, I get the gun. All right.
You wouldn't have some extra guns that we could borrow, would you?
I'm sorry, sir. This particular riot control device is only for. Wait, you're a Disney employee also.
Yes.
How would you like me to keep your family safe, sir?
Oh,
she-
I'm very safe.
Of course. But if I relinquish the riot gun to you, how would you like me to keep your family safe?
Oh, no. You keep that one, but I was just wondering if you had extras around.
I don't, sir. I'm sorry.
And
Hey, listen, I'm trying to keep the park safe. What about these cells? You got a recharge station somewhere?
is there an arms locker around?
Only non-lethal weapons like these are available to park employees to help during times of crisis. However, large-scale recharging systems are available at the Walt Disney World power plant and Physical Works, which is located at the nexus of all the parks, 2.3 kilometers just north of the northern perimeter fence.
Yeah, that tracks with what they told us.
Rex is going to bring up a map and ask her to point it out.
Like one of the paper maps that you got out in the park?
Sure.
From a standpoint of cartographic accuracy, these are very poor maps. However, if you note, and she kind of goes through explaining and basically says, if you just go out of the castle and just start going north, you'll find I'm trying to think. Frontierland. Basically, she says if you go back into the tunnels under Frontierland and continue north, you will come out in 3 kilometers at the Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom physical plant and power generation area.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Of course, sir.
All right. Probably why don't we start heading out? Let's let my family rest in peace.
Yeah, that ain't resting in peace. I want to hear what they got to say. But anyways, yeah, we should head out. But does that mean we got to go back down that elevator with them other people?
Well, there was the stairs past the bathroom.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, we'll head there. I'll come back for my family once we pick up the car again.
Of course, sir. Thank you, and have a magical day.
You too.
So,
you
uh,
too.
Out there's just a very discreet door. It's actually behind a wooden panel. You're able to locate it. Actually, Doomsword, give me a D10 roll. This is in your wheelhouse.
Sure thing. Hey.
Not in your wheelhouse. I'll say, I mean, just to kind of keep things moving, it takes you a few minutes to kind of finagle the thing without having to tear it off the hinges, but you do open it up and there is a door that, emergency only, alarm will sound if opened, etc., etc.
Yeah, sorry that took so long. Let's beat it.
All right, let's go.
All right. When you push the door open and step in the hall, there is a klaxon that starts to sound. Your suits, probably saying, you have a riot control helmet on, and it's got built-in ear protection. And Rex, your power armor compensates for the klaxon going off just above your head, rotating yellow lights, and there is a flight of stairs down.
Can it go up as well, or just down?
No, it's just down. You're on the top floor.
All right, let's get going. Wait, do we know what floor, more or less, that thing we killed was on?
It was up on one of the towers. I mean, it got up there somehow, but you're at the top of the stairs, and although, say again, you know what? Given your preternatural dexterity, they're probably saying, this is kind of going on, and you're sort of looking around. It's really annoying, and you look up. There actually is a hatch in the ceiling.
Yo, Rex, check that out. There's a hatch up there.
Is there a ladder or something, or?
There is not. The hatch looks big enough to allow probably through in his plate armor, but you're not going to get your powered armor through it.
How high up was that? Sorry.
It's like a 2.5 meter ceiling.
Hey, if you boost me, I'll take a look.
Sounds good. And Rex will grab him and toss him up in there.
Don't break my leg, man. I still got to open it.
I'm assuming Rex does not attempt to physically throw, probably Sane through the metal hatch.
No, he will hit the jets and fly him up there.
Okay. And it's just a standard door. Give me a D6 roll for probably.
That'd be a 4.
You bang your shoulder against it a couple of times, but you do cause it to budge a little bit, and you think you can fit your way through after some effort.
Thanks, Rex. I'm gonna take a peek.
Okay, you are in a dusty, unlit corridor that curves sharply behind you and directly in front of you. It doesn't look like it has that great of a diameter. There is no one up here. There's a length of wire, what looks like a long length of metal pipe. No obvious exits except to follow it around, turn around and follow it that way, or to walk around the other way.
All right, I'll pull myself up in there. How dark is it?
It is, with the exception of the light coming from underneath, it is completely pitch black.
All right. Well, I got snoopers, as you call them, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put those on. Give me a second, Rex. I ain't gonna go far.
No problem. Rex has gone down back to the floor below.
Okay. Damien asks, Rex 2.0 had Air Force power armor. That is correct. That is correct. All right. Which direction you taking, Doomsword?
Yeah, to the right.
Okay. It is extremely dusty and grubby as you follow it around to the right. You come to a ladder that is fixed into the wall, and there is a similar door to the one that was downstairs above it.
Okay, so the ladder leads
Up.
up.
Yes.
Can I tell about how far up? I mean, just to the ceiling, where there might be another hatch.
Yeah. It's just to the ceiling, and that is again that's about not quite 3 meters.
All right, I'll try to kind of quietly climb that ladder and make my way up to the top and see if there's like a similar hatch or something that I can open up.
Okay, yeah, there's just a little wheel you can dog open if you wanna try that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a D6. We'll see how long it takes.
The longest possible.
The longest possible time. Yeah, it takes you a while to kind of bang this thing open, and eventually, like you're like, and it just wrenches open, and there's standing over you, in the most ridiculous outfit, is a bare-chested fellow. He's got what appears to be an almost perfectly spherical cloth hat and a long, curved scimitar-like weapon in his hand. He's very portly. And he says, another thief. Well, I'll deal with you, street rat. But you can go first.
Yeah, I'm dropping off that ladder and running back.
Okay. Come back here, you thief! You do get to go first, so you drop to the floor. You hear his feet on the ladder as you're moving back around.
Oh no! Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the the portal. Go ahead.
Okay, no, I was just gonna say he has started to sing a rhyming song about catching you and cutting you into pieces.
Yeah, well, he can try cutting Rex because I'm running back to what would be the hole in the floor that I entered through, the egress now, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna try to, at least hold on. I don't want to jump straight down in there. I mean, maybe my powered plate would protect me.
Oh yeah, just I mean, like hanging by your hands and then dropping to the floor. You could do that in your bare skin and it wouldn't hurt you. I mean, it's like dropping from an attic door to the floor of your house. It's just literally just let go, ka-chunk. Rex, you hear feet thumping along and you hear someone singing about scoundrel and street rat. You're not sure.
Rex starts to think, yeah, that sounds like probably. So when probably drops on down, he'll say, what happened up there?
Look out, man.
And it's right about then that a fellow in silk pantaloons, a vest, a almost spherical white hat, and he's wielding a ridiculous scimitar. He's got a big portly gut and a goatee and a mustache. And he says, "Infidels, you'll both die. Also, you're humans, and I'm going to exterminate you. I just like putting a bit of panache since this is the body that I have." Ah! and charges at you. What is probably Sane doing? He gets to go first.
I'm shooting him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your to hit. It's very nearly point blank range. So, however,
Weapon class 13.
Weapon class 13. He doesn't have a great armor class. Let me see those lovely tables. No, that's the poison matrix. He didn't shoot the nice man with a poison laser gun, Bill. All right, weapon class 13. And you roll, I'm sorry, you rolled a what?
7.
A 7. That actually, like, you're just bringing your gun around and you blast at him, but he misses. Rex, what are you doing?
Rex is going to pull out his two-handed sword and try to chop the man down.
All right, let's roll initiative. You will go first. You idiot! We've all got swords! And 11, let's see. That is a class 3. You rolled an 11. That will miss. He swings his sword at you. Clank. Looks at his sword and looks at you. Okay, what is probably Sane going to do?
I'm going to take the last shot that I have with this hydrogen cell. For sake of completeness, I have one more hydrogen cell that has 1 charge in it. Well, it's 2 charges for a rifle, and I may reload to that. But other than that, I'm out of ammo.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. A 9 will actually hit him.
Excellent.
Zot.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Oh, not bad at all. Yeah. So there's that spurt of boiling robot juice that kind of leaks out. And he looks at it. Execute new function. Control Alt Kill. And he's now lunging at you. What is Rex doing though?
He's going to swing his sword.
All right, roll initiative, please, as he lunges at probably Sane. Oh, and he actually manages to find a let's see, this is a sword. He steps in and jabs it into like your shoulder joint or something. And probably, ow, that hurt.
Ah.
Okay, new round. So I'm guessing you're going to pump another laser bolt into him?
I didn't get to...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Attack.
Go ahead.
Alrighty.
Oh, that is a hit.
Ooh.
And
Nice.
that is going to be a D8 because you're just using a standard sword, and he is a man-sized target.
It's just 1d8.
It is just 1D8, just like AD&D.
All right. And Rex gets +1 for non-energy attacks.
Okay. So yeah, you rip open some of that synthetic flesh and you can see the polymer muscles and circuitry and hyperalloy combat chassis underneath it all. And he says, "Even if you destroy me, there's more waiting for you in the park. You'll never leave here alive."
At least we destroyed you.
What is probably Sane doing?
All right, so I'm gonna save that hydrogen cell that has one shot in it,
Okay.
which would be my last. I'm gonna drop the rifle, kick it to the side with the side of my foot, draw the vibro blade, and attack when I can.
Roll it. Yeah, first attack on him. A 20.
Oh, yes.
25 points of damage. You may describe how you dispatch him.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and cut him across the chest, right across the rib cage, the sternum area, and swing back around and take his head off.
All right. He falls apart in 3 neat sections. Just and is just kind of lying there on the floor. You can hear sort of faint hydro fluid system still kind of twitching fitfully, and then he just completely shuts down.
They said there's more where that come from.
I could believe it.
Yes, I went
search
up
him.
there. Yeah, do that. But I'm gonna tell you, I went up there. I went to the right. I climbed a ladder, found a hole in the ceiling, a hatch, if you will. Opened that up, and that's where the dude was.
Oh, and I'm sorry. This is information that you would have known. It was daylight out there. Like you opened up to an open roof area.
Right. Okay.
So,
Cool.
all right. So Rex, you're kind of searching the body. I mean, silk pantaloons, shoes that curl up at the very tips, the weird round hat, which is now off of his head, a red silken vest that's cut in half, and the big heavy scimitar like weapon. Are you digging through his body, or
Is the big scimitar like weapon better than my sword, or it's like
it'll just function as a longsword basically as far as damage and melee?
Okay, all right. Well, he is definitely going to take all those clothes and throw them in his stroller. The Yexels are going to love these.
Okay. Alrighty, so you've collected up some slashed up, burned up, or slightly burned up, but definitely slashed up synthetic clothing from this thing, and it's kind of distressing. It's lying there nude now. It's not anatomically correct. I just want to point that out straight away. So you've got that. What do you wish to do?
I am going to take that last hydrogen cell that has the one shot in it and go ahead and load it into the laser rifle, but I'll carry the vibro blade.
Okay. Alrighty.
Do you think there are any more upstairs, or should we head down?
Well, we can get outside and maybe get a better view. But he said there was more. I don't know, man.
Well, he said there was more in the park.
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, let's go up there. But you have to take off your armor, though.
Well, I was thinking I'd find a window and I'd fly up. You said it was like a rooftop or something?
That's what it looked like. I mean, I seen the sunlight coming in,
All right. Well, I could... let's find a window. We'll jump out and I'll fly us up there. It'll be like a whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes.
Yeah, it'd be a small world, too. If we can find a window, let's see about that. Peter Pan our ass up there.
Can I find a window?
Okay, so where you're at now, the top floor landing, you don't see a window. However, you haven't gone all the way down the stairs. You might see one there.
All right. Well, let's go down the stairs for a while. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Works for me.
At the next landing, there actually is a narrow window. Rex, you don't know if your power armor will fit through it, though. it's frosted or glazed somehow, so it's letting in some of the afternoon sunlight. But obviously, if you were outside looking up here, you wouldn't be able to see in. But
Looks like we're gonna need a bigger hole.
Is this just standard building materials?
Seems to be, yeah.
All right, fine. Rex will kick out a Rex-size hole in the wall.
Doesn't take you long to do that. You've got a Rex-sized hole in the wall.
All right, probably. Let's head on up.
Right, I guess I'll jump on his back and throw an arm around his armored neck.
Okay, heading up to the roof. Basically going where probably Sane had encountered this thing. You are at arguably the highest point that you've been in this place so far. There's a great conical building off to your right as you look north. The sun is starting to set a little bit. It is later afternoon. To the north, there's well-tended green spaces, paths, and so on. You think that you see a river just beyond, which makes sense. You were near it when you fought the other animatrons. There's what looks like a desert mountain off to the left. But from up here, you can see the tops of buildings, and they look rather fanciful and as if they were constructed in ancient times from the ground level. But from up here, everything just looks kind of grungy.
Yeah, they said like 2.3 kilometers or something, right, Rex?
That's
yeah,
right.
it's some distance ahead. And as you're standing there kind of taking it all in, your radio crackles to life, and it's Do Re Mi. And he says, hey, did you guys know that there's a couple of people in stasis in a room here?
Don't you touch my wife.
Okay, that just brings up more questions than it answered. But yeah, I'm not going to touch it because there's also one of those weird fairy tale looking people here, and she's pointing a huge gun at me. I left Mercy and whatever that one guy's name is down in the room before this one, but she's smiling. But just before I radioed you guys, she told me that she would. I'm sorry, what was it you said, miss? And you faintly hear the room attendant say, I will put a jellied sandbag right through your chest cavity if you take one more step, sir.
All right. Tell her Chuck Thompson is coming down.
He said Chuck Thompson is coming down. And so that is where we will leave it off this week. More mysteries created than answered. I bet you didn't see that twist coming, did you, Yang?
Nope.
I did. I knew that guy wasn't real at all.
Well, I'd like to thank everybody who became YouTube subscribers tonight, or members rather. Vaughn, Bob Jester, and Local 433 Gumby. I greatly appreciate it. That is very awesome, and I'll get you guys names onto the roll, DD, for the next show. Thank you to my two players who thought tonight was important enough to be here for. But of course, we hope that Kevin and Connect and Todd will be able to join us next week. I will, of course, be back on Monday. Like I said, a couple of short videos coming this weekend. But at any rate, I will be back on Monday. We'll have an RPG news roundup as news fits the bill. We'll talk a little bit more about Cyberpunk, and then Tuesday night, if you like the Let's Play stuff, Tuesday night's going to be your night, because Tuesday night we have a first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons game that is nice. And Doomsword himself actually plays in that one. The kids seem to like it. Wednesday, Kyle will be here. No idea what we'll get up to. Kyle's always a lot of fun. Thursday, we're going to dig into cyberpunk character creation, and that's going to be a lot of fun. And then Friday, we'll be right back in the most flashbackiest place on earth. But until then, again, thank you very much to our two players. Thank you, Rex.
Thank you.
And thank you, probably saying, of course, Yang and Down Doomsword. I know.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank all the watchers too. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you to our audience. And you know what we do. It's what we do. We'll wrap up with our closing credits that you guys seem to enjoy. It's the Owl Bear Mouse Club theme song. So be good to each other, and I'll see you next week. Peace.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.
Thank you, guys.